This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
It is the After Party live. Oh, my hair's all freaking out on this Trivia Thursday. So welcome to it, and thank you for being here. It is a big day on YouTube because not only is it Trivia Thursday here, but we have the Nikki Maduro show coming up at 5 p.m. Cocktails, mocktails, and politics, a really fun show that I do hope that you will be able to join me for. Big earthquake and tsunami warning today. Thank goodness that has all been called off. And thank you to everyone who was trying to help keep up on that story today. And I'm glad that it looks like we're going to escape serious damage or injury with this big earthquake that happened off the coast of Ferndale in Northern California. I can see you guys are ready for Trivia Thursday. Deidre says, I haven't been able to focus since my daughter called this morning. I could hear her fear. Was this over the earthquake and possible tsunami? Is she in Humboldt County, maybe? Yeah, I had a lot of phone calls too. My dad was calling to see if we were okay, and he's on the Oregon coast, so he, checking in with him to make sure he's okay. So yeah, I know when those warnings hit your phone, the emergency alert, it seems pretty serious, right? So glad that we were able to avoid any serious complications. Yeah, it was a 7.0. Oh, she was in the basement for the city of Eureka. Oh gosh, I bet she felt that one big time, right? Jim says, my friend who owns a paper sent pictures of people evacuating to high land. Strange, 2 cars were driving the other way. Maybe emergency services, or maybe they were having trouble getting out on the same road as everyone else. Who knows? Yikes. Yeah. Well, it looks like we're all going to be okay. John says after the Loma Prieta quake, there were dozens of aftershocks, 3 to 4.0. I've been watching the aftershocks, and there are quite a few of them. It looks like that continues. I'm trying to get the picture up to show you guys the latest. But yeah, just a bundle. Here, you can kind of see they're all stacked right on top of each other in the same area. Let's see if I can't show this to you. It's weird. Every time I try to zoom out, it's not working out for me. But here is what I'm looking at as far as the USGS website and how it looks for the latest earthquakes in this area. And you can see again, right here is the zone where you can see this. Nope. Let's go the other way. Here it is. You can see as we get closer, all the earthquakes stacked right on top of each other there. So yeah, hopefully the earthquakes are smaller. In some cases, they can be larger. So we'll just hope that it's okay. The earth just letting off some steam. And this area near Ferndale, near Eureka, they often will have major earthquakes in this zone offshore. And this is quite a large one. So we do have reports of a lot of people feeling it, even up and down the coast. Here in the Bay Area, reports of some people feeling it. I was talking to Albert when we got the alerts, the Shake app alerts on our phone. He said he felt light shaking, and he's in the East Bay, and I'm in Petaluma, closer to the epicenter of the earthquake. I felt nothing. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, many, many earthquakes, most of aftershocks, most of them in the 3.5 to 2.5 magnitude range is what we have so far. So, but yeah, if you hear anything in the chat as I'm focusing on different stories, please let us know. We can keep up with the news on this one, talking about this. Enough small earthquakes, says Nullifidian, might prevent a large one. I don't know what the science is behind that, but it sure feels that way, right? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Rhonda just finished the Netflix docuseries on the tsunamis in Indonesia. Ew, yikes. That was a scary one. Yeah. Rev says it's funny. I got the tsunami warning, then checked the radio, KCBS, and they were talking about a grumpy cat. So I thought it was a false alarm or maybe an earthquake overseas. SJ Lola says, we live 10 miles from the epicenter of the 89 earthquake in the Santa Cruz Mountains. It was horrific and had devastating consequences for our little community. Yeah, it's true. It was pretty horrible. Especially remember the Pacific Garden Mall in Santa Cruz and how that looked? Horrible. All right. Well, we're going to uplift things here and get to some interesting stories here on the After Party Live. And one of the first stories I have to share with you today is about the Thule elk. So, good news. Look at those elk at Point Reyes National Seashore. They had penned them in, and apparently they were dying for lack of water and ability to get food. And thousands of letters poured in to the government about the treatment of the Thule elk. The National Park Service and the state of California had a 2-mile, 8-foot tall fence up in order to restrict the movement of this herd. And they've had it up since 1978. They got 35,000 letters from the public. Then they consulted with the Federated Indians of Great and Rancheria, and they determined that the elk's release would cause no significant impact. So they are now moving forward with plans to pull down the fence and allow the Thule elk at Point Reyes to roam freely. It's a Thule elk reserve. They're going to be able to go wherever they want to go out there. They're going to remove this enclosure fence from the Tamales Point area. And this is something that people have been clamoring for. They were introduced to this area after they experienced huge population declines in the 1800s because of hunting and habitat loss. This species is native to California. It is the smallest elk species in North America. Still, they're huge, though. The males average between 450 and 700 pounds. And currently, there are about 315 of these elk that live in the Tamales Point area of the Point Reyes National Seashore National Park. The Point Reyes National Seashore superintendent said the benefit of removing this enclosure is to allow the elk access to additional habitat, increasing the species' population resilience during drought and promoting a more natural population cycle for them. There were people arguing that this fence caused the elk to suffer. They were unable to forage for food. They were unable to get to water. There were animal activists that were sneaking water into the elk during the drought because they felt that the fenced off area was killing these elk. So the thought is that allowing the elk and deer to roam without confinement will enhance their ability to seek new areas in times of drought or stressed resources. That's according to an environmental assessment done last year. The untrammeled, natural, undeveloped qualities of wilderness character will be meaningfully improved. And there are already these elk being spotted in other areas by Drake's Beach Road, the Philip Burton Wilderness west of Limantor Road. You'll see them at Tamales Point. So we don't know how far they'll be able to roam or how far they will go once this fence is completely taken down, but they will be eventually able to be free range. It's not thought that they'll wander away from the Tamales Point area, but they would be able to now because they're not going to be penned in. So I think that's good news. It was heartbreaking to see them fenced in during the drought, unable to get to water, unable to get to the resources they needed. So let them roam. Let them be. There are some cattle ranches nearby, so hopefully there's no trouble with that. But it's nice to see that. Oh, look at that. Luis with a $5 super chat. Post Disney subsidy. Thank you. That place is truly magical. It's like no other in making your money disappear. Ain't that the truth? Every time you turn around, it's $20 for this, $30 for that. Crazy. Thank you to Beth Farmer for $25 via PayPal and West Theory for $5 daily. You guys are awesome in the way that you take care of this show. I really appreciate it. Let's move on from Thule elk, and thank you, Luis, for that, to these guys. These are Andean bears. And there's a new video showing their behavior, and scientists say, what? We've never seen anything like this. Never before seen behaviors. There is this footage that has been captured of the lives of these Andean bears. They're also called spectacled bears. They say it's like nothing before. They used collar cams like you would attach to the collar of your domesticated animal. And they took these videos with these collar cams, and what they found was never before seen behaviors for these Andean bears. And some of the behaviors they call quite surprising. Yeah. The insights that they've gleaned from this video, they say they're particularly hard to track these animals down because they roam high up in the Andes and outlying mountain ranges from Venezuela to northern Argentina, including countries like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. But what they've been able to learn through the use of these collar cams totally is changing the way that they study these creatures. They say in a relatively short period of time, they've really opened up an exciting window into the world of this species to improve conservation efforts by providing invaluable insights into the behavior, the natural history, and the ecological needs and benefits of these Andean bears. Now, they were caught mating in the canopy, first recorded incident of that. Not that we want to see Andean bears getting it on in the canopy. The first recorded case of geophagy, eating soil and clay. The second recorded case of an Andean bear eating a non-human primate. Possibly the first case of an Andean bear cannibalizing a cub. Might be the first evidence of infanticide for those particular animals. So a lot of new information coming out of this. And it's funny because I'll show you some of the video. I think I have some of the video. It's funny because with the way that the collar cam is situated with a bear's eye view, you could kind of see the paws, who they're interacting with. It's a little cute. Here's some of the video. If you can see it. So there's some of the video. You can see this bear interacting with a female bear up in the canopy. The bear, look, there's a big paw. Look at his paw. So I think the footage is interesting. And they say, again, they're learning all kinds of new things that they didn't realize about this particular species of bear that could help them in the effort for conservation of this species and study of this species as well. There he is. I kind of like the collar cam. There he is. Checking things out. A day in the life of the Andean bear, just wandering through the wilderness. What they eat, what they're doing in the world. I know. I found the article, if you want to watch for a little bit longer, on IFL Science. So you can watch the bear wandering around. He is walking through the path, walking through the water. A kind of a cool study. Hopefully he's not too inconvenienced by having to wear the collar cam. I love it. Anyway, so that is the Andean bear story. Let's get to this one. This is all about what I'm calling the Manta Bot. This is new technology that they've developed a robot that is the world's fastest soft-bodied swimmer. And the researchers, the folks that created this robot, they designed it to be like a manta ray because they said they were inspired by the manta ray's energy efficient flappy fins. It's a new aquatic robot and it has broken the world record for the fastest swimming soft robot. It was designed by a team from North Carolina State University and the University of Virginia. And this thing was able to reach speeds of 6.8 body lengths per second. They say that's about 0.35 miles per hour, but it blows past the previous record set by the same researchers of 3.74 body lengths per second. So they're getting better. And they've published their findings now in the journal Science Advances. They think this design could be helpful in efforts to explore the deep sea. They were trying to create this soft aquatic robot that was fast but energy efficient and very maneuverable. And so they looked to the natural world to inspire biomimicry, right? Maybe you would think they would pick a marlin or some other type of fast fish, but they were drawn to manta rays. They liked these wing-like pectoral fins. They said they were fascinated by the way that rays and other marine animals propel themselves with remarkable energy efficiency. They thought that the rays' wings inherently optimized tasks like navigating through unstructured environments, the ability that traditional rigid robots struggle with. And so they thought these elegant flapping motions and swimming patterns really kind of met and meshed with the goals that they had for designing this creature because of their swimming mechanics. Their wing like pectoral fins generate oscillatory motions that are not only graceful, but highly effective for propulsion, allowing them to glide effortlessly through the water surface and underwater as well. That, according to the researchers. So they designed this swimming robot made out of a flexible silicone body with flexible fines or fins that resemble those found on rays. And this new robot has monostable snapping mechanisms. Previously, they had to pump compressed air into the robot's body to make the wings flap in both directions. But the new approach still requires air to flap the wings at once, but they passively snap back into the robot's recovery stroke this time. So it's a simpler, more efficient energy robot swimmer. They're getting better. Every time they design another one of these things, they do it better and better. They set this manta bot, through two underwater obstacle courses, one near the surface, one toward the bottom of a water tank. And one of the researchers was remotely controlling the robot, guiding it, adjusting the amount of times its wings flapped, using the pneumatic control system. The manta ray design, they say, helped the robot swim past obstacles in the course and do it in a world record breaking time for a soft bodied robot. Now they're looking at improving this robot's lateral movement and adding new models of actuation to propel it forward. The goal is to do with a design that retains that elegant simplicity. They think that this thing, this robot, Mantabot, or swimming robots like this, could be used for prolonged deep sea exploration, underwater marine surveillance, even to monitor water quality levels for signs of pollution and environmental changes as well. And they say there's nothing necessarily limiting this design to oceans. They could use it in the land, on land, in the air. So not just for water either. There you go. That's the Manta Bot. What about this thing? This is the solar electric hybrid super yacht. Yes. Well, we know one thing about these types of super yachts is that they are huge polluters. So to have an electric hybrid super yacht takes the guilt away from the uber wealthy that they're polluting the environment, right? The design comes from a Swiss designer, Yves Bahar, collaborating with an Italian shipyard, Rossinavi, to create this hybrid super yacht. It's called Solsea, Solsea, Solsea. It's a concept for an electric hybrid catamaran super yacht capable of an 80% electric transatlantic crossing. They unveiled it at Design Miami. Features a combination of large solar panels and onboard AI monitored battery as well. The solar system, they say, will reduce the yacht's fuel consumption and operating costs by 80% when it's cruising. Shorter journeys could be powered entirely electrically. The Solsea could make transatlantic trips using 80% electric power, and the Solsea could also fully recharge on shore in only 5 hours. The yacht's catamaran eco displacement hull is designed for maximum hydrodynamic efficiency, enabling full electric cruising. They say it reduces emissions, it minimizes noise, vibrations, odors, and enhances the onboard comfort and connection to nature. So this is where we're going. Here's the Solsea. Here's another shot of it. It looks very modern and space agey, doesn't it? Here's the inside of it. That's pretty fancy. I don't know. Here's another shot of it. Looks pretty comfortable on the back end there. Yeah. I could see throwing a big party on your electric super yacht. Must be nice. It also has a hibernation mode when the catamaran is moored, so it minimizes your energy consumption there. The solar panels on this thing have the capacity to distribute the energy collected over a day to sources at the marina when the vessel is moored, or power an entire villa as well. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? The solar panels clad the yacht's undulating roof, you can see there. It includes a retractable cover for a swimming pool on the upper deck. The design called sleek and minimalist, especially for the interior, which features cork flooring, wood paneling, and ocean-sourced recycled plastic as well. The battery outfitted with custom AI technology to monitor its lifespan, ensuring the battery remains within the optimal range of 20 to 80%. The AI will assist and interact with the crew to maintain efficient operations. They call this vessel visionary, setting a new standard for sustainable, silent ocean exploration. Okay. I don't, what they didn't tell me is how much this thing is going to cost. That's what they conveniently left out. I'm sure more than I will ever even think about having in this lifetime. But I mean, for the gazillionaires among us interested in their own super yacht, this might be the way to go. This is a little creepy to me, but I'm not Catholic, and so maybe I don't really understand the importance of these types of things. But the skull of Saint Thomas Aquinas, I say Aquinas, but I think it's pronounced Aquinas, has arrived in the United States. It is a first-class relic. They classify the relics in Catholicism. So, a first-class relic is part of a saint's body. A second class relic is an item that a saint used during their lifetime, and a third class relic is an item that has been touched by a first or second class relic. So, what you have here is a first class relic. This is the skull. St. Thomas Aquinas was a member of the Dominican order. He is revered in the Catholic Church as a saint and a doctor of the Church, which is a special title given to those who made major contributions to theology and doctrine. And the skull is on a tour of 10 cities. Started in Washington, D.C., it continues through December 18th. And what you see here is the special container. It's called a reliquary. And the skull is inside of this. The relics are normally kept in France, but they have been traveling through Europe for the last year as part of a celebration of milestone anniversaries in the life of this saint. In the Catholic religion, it might seem to people that aren't Catholic a little bit dark to be carrying around some guy's skull, but they say it's important to remember that from the earliest days of Christianity, the bodies of saints have been symbols of faith and of hope and of love. That the bodily remains of a saint are a reminder of a life totally dedicated to the service and the love of God, both physically as well as spiritually. They say this visit of the skull is a reminder of the great gift of the saintly scholarship of St. Thomas Aquinas, who has enlightened the minds of countless millions throughout his life. His most famous work is the Summa Theologica, which is a complete guide to the theology of the Catholic Church. Those who visit the relics, they say, have multiple reasons for doing it. They hope that Aquinas, who now sees God face to face, will pray for us, and that those prayers may strengthen our own faith, hope, and love, so that we may join the angelic doctor in eternity among the choir of angels. I guess that would be the reason to flock to see this skull. I don't know. One woman who was quoted by a Fox News, she's a homeschooling mom. She's currently has 5 kids and she's expecting her 6th. She said she came to ask the skull of Aquinas for a spiritual boost. She said, I came to ask for a little extra help to make the homeschool everything the kids need. Okay. So in DC, and then the relics will head south to Charlottesville, Virginia, and then to Providence College in Providence, Rhode Island on December 4th. They'll be in Columbus, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, Springfield, Kentucky, the Vincent Ferrer Roman Catholic Church in New York City, on to Philadelphia, and then into Baltimore. Oh, and Cincinnati, if I missed that one. So the skull is on a citywide tour. It seems really weird to me, but hey, who am I to question the way you believe and the way you have faith? Rock on. I love this story. This is one, and then we'll get to, I promise we'll get to our Thursday trivia. This is one about these barbarian warriors may have fought the Romans while they were high on drugs. They have evidence that these warriors were sniffing narcotics from little drug spoons while they headed into battle against the Roman army. These ancient instruments were often attached to the soldiers' belts, and they might have been used to deliver hits of anything from opium to psychedelic fungi, magic mushrooms, even back then, huh? They say the term barbarian folds up a bunch of different people, Germanic, Celtic, Thracian groups. And they say, given that the Romans were known to have consumed opium and other drugs, the authors of this new study were trying to find out if the same was true of their barbarian foes. And in the absence of any direct evidence for these ancient substance use, they decided to look for indirect clues, which they say they found in the form of hundreds of small spoons whose form and size excluded, for example, the function of a normal utensil or medical instrument. Like, what else could you do with this thing? They had 241 examples identified at 116 Roman era Germanic sites in Scandinavia, Germany, and Poland, most measuring between 40 and 70 millimeters. That's 1.6 to 2.8 inches in length. The spoons feature either concave bowls or flat discs, and they were typically associated with men's belts, even though they didn't play any role in the buckle mechanism at all. The spoons were consistently found alongside weapons and other items used in warfare, indicating that they were most likely a piece of military equipment. Based on all these observations, the study authors conclude the spoon ended fittings of the ends of the belt may have served as dispensers of stimulants for these Germanic warriors. We don't know exactly what kind of substances they may have been using, but they say exotic plants like cannabis, deadly nightshade, and devil's trumpet were available across much of Europe at that time, along with psilocybin containing magic mushrooms and a hallucinogenic ergot fungus, which could have been consumed via these little spoons as well as hops or opium. So there's something called a henbane seed, which is poisonous but also known to trigger intense rage. And they were ritualistically consumed within the Roman Empire. So it's possible that they were used as well. There were a group called the Berserker Norse warriors, and maybe they used that to help them feel rage and have success on the battlefield in the Viking Age. So the researchers suggest that battlefield dope might have been a staple of ancient warfare, which then possibly led to the creation of successful drug markets designed to supply soldiers of all armies during the Roman period. Who knows? You can find more on this study, if you can read it, in the journal Prähistorische Zeitschrift. Yeah, we'll get right on that. We'll go look that one right up. I thought that was pretty interesting. This is a really quick one. End of the year. What have we been looking up all year? It turns out we have been trying to do exactly what this show sets out to do: escape from all the yuck, because we sought out fantasy, escapism, and cute little animals like this baby hippo in 2024. We were looking up Wicked. We were looking up Olympic heroes. We were gravitating toward fantasy and feel-good pop culture moments through this year. We looked up the word demure. We looked up Brat Summer. We looked up Mindful. We looked up the breakups of Bennifer. And we looked up Beyonce and Taylor Swift. That is what we looked up. So when searching on the internet for things, the year 2024 was a very pop culture style year, which is interesting because you would think the top searches would have to do with politics and Trump and Harris and Biden and the election and everything that we just went through. But month by month, the searches show that we were looking to escape it all. So there you go. And speaking of taking a little time out for ourselves, how about we do this? It is Trivia Thursday, after party style. Woohoo! You guys ready? You got your fingers all exercised and ready for quickness? All right, let's do it. Rev P says, which is why we have the most uninformed electorate. Yeah, but we're dumb, fat, and happy, right? That's right. Oh. Okay, so let's get into this trivia. Here we have the first question, my friends. And we'll start with, What was the first toy to be advertised on television? For some reason, it seems like we've done this question before, but I'm going for it. What was the first toy to be advertised on television? Happiness for 200, please. Sold. Barbie is not the right answer. Slinky is not it. Lincoln Logs, nope. Yo-yo, that's a good answer, but no. Chatty Cathy, good answer, but that's not it. The hula hoop. Sandius got it. It's Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to be advertised on television. Well done. Get a little more sciencey with the next one. What is the softest mineral in the world? The softest mineral in the world. What is the softest mineral in the world? You didn't miss too much. We just started it, Trevor. Yes, the answer quickly thrown down by Jennifer. It is talc is the softest mineral in the world. Throwing down the answer as well, S.J. Lola and John and Peter. Isn't chalk and talc the same thing? I'll accept. What is it? Talc. Yeah, Linda has it. It is talc. Lensman has it. Nice. Softest mineral in the world. What is the world's biggest island? What is the world's biggest island? Yeah, no kidding, huh? Don't use it for deodorant. What is the world's biggest island? Greenland is right. Jennifer throws it in first, I think, on my screen. I know everyone has different things coming in at different times. Jennifer with Greenland, John Watson with Greenland, and you would think Australia, right? But it's Greenland is the biggest island in the world. Walnut Creek has it as well. Well done. Greenland. Which country is known as the land of the white elephant? Which country is known as the land of the white elephant? Don't question trivia, Phineas. Don't you know the rules? After party rules. It might be ice, but it's also the biggest island in the world, so I don't know. I didn't measure it myself. I'm taking their word for it. The answer is yes, Thailand. Thailand is also known as the land of the white elephant. So let's see who got it. I see Deidre has Thailand. Nice. S.J. Lola has Thailand. That is correct. Peter Newton has Thailand. Phineas has Thailand. Mar-a-Lago is not the right answer. Yeah, good job, you guys. Well done. Okay, next question. What is the smallest ocean in the world? What is the smallest ocean in the world? The smallest ocean in the world. Jennifer says Arctic. Peter says Arctic. John says Indian. And Sandy says Indian Ocean. The correct answer is the Arctic Ocean. So well done. We have Jennifer, we have Peter, we have Gordon got that one as well. Tammy's putting it down. Nice. Okay, next one. What is the largest type of deer? What is the largest type of deer? I did not know this creature was a type of deer. So, well done, Gordon. It's fun when that happens, right? Moose is the largest type of deer. And John Watson was quick on the uptake with that one. John Slade as well. Deer or elk is the answer. Moose, rather. Moose is the answer. Moose, moose, moose. Lensman has moose. Colors of the Wind has moose. Jennifer has moose. Moose for S.J. Lola and Teacher Lori. Yeah. Tammy has moose. I'll accept mouse because I knew what you meant. Moose. Moose is correct. Next question. Before the Beatles were formed, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison were originally members of which group? Hmm. Before the Beatles were formed, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison were originally members of which group? Cranky Charcoal has it. The Quarrymen. John Watson looks like he slipped in right before. John Watson with Quarrymen, so it's John and Cranky. S.J. Lola has it. The Quarrymen. Yeah. I'll take Courtman from Walnut Creek. Absolutely. I'll take spelling errors are welcome here. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? Peter says it's Venus. John says it's Mercury. I have it. We go back. Who was it? Peter said Venus. John Slade said Mercury. John Watson says Venus. A lot of Venuses. Jennifer says Venus. Colors of the Wind with Venus. Venus would be correct. Venus. It stands to reason that Venus would be hot, hot, right? Yeah. Well done on that one. Which two countries share the longest international border? Which two countries share the longest international border? Is it for love? Argentina and Peru, says Deidre. Russia, India, says Karen. Asia, Europe, Canada, and the USA, says John Slade. And John Slade is correct. Yes. The longest international border is shared by Canada and the USA. So we have John Slade with the right answer. We have Trevor with the right answer. Well done, Trevor. Uncle Jim throwing it down. Nice. Tammy's got it. Linda has it. Nancy has it. Well done. Canada and the US of A. I didn't know this one. You think I would have. I had two of these things. Which bone are babies born without? Which bone are babies born without? I don't know if I even believe this to be true. We'll see if you guys get the answer. If you get the answer pretty quickly, I'll know that it's legit. They're not born without a skull. They do have a skull. They are born with ears. Kneecap, says Trevor. That is correct. Babies are born without kneecaps. Who knew? You did. Trevor knew. Walnut Creek knew. Nola Fidian knew. S.J. Lola knew. Linda knew it. It must be legit if all of you guys knew it. Yeah, babies are born without kneecaps. Is that crazy or what? That's how I feel, Tammy. What are they, in the mob? They must be. They're also born without tails. Mo says kneecap is cartilage, not a bone. So maybe the question is wrongly worded then. No need to knee the womb. Trust me, it's enough to get kicked in the womb. Yeah. I just checked my 8-month-old grandson. No kneecaps. Mm-mm. Oh, that's so funny. Give him a kiss for me. That's cute. Next question. I'm impressed by your knowledge, by the way. Well done. What type of music has been shown to help plants grow better and faster? What type of music, looking for genre of music, has been shown to help plants grow better and faster? Hmm. Trevor says kneecaps are not cartilage. I broke my kneecap when I was in 7th grade. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. The answer is yes, classical. John Watson has it. Colors of the Wind has it. Classical. It's classical music. Karen has it. And Nancy and SF Tesla and Phineas. Don't mind if I call you Finn. I feel like we're on that casual basis. Jennifer's got it. JT has it. Michael D thought it was punk. That would have been a good one. Rock. It's classical. Sandy has it as well as Deidre and Gordon. Reggae. That would help me grow. Absolutely. Next one. Power outages in the United States are mostly caused by what? Power outages in the United States are mostly caused by what? I know I've done stories about this before. Weather? You would think PG&E criminals, wind, ice storms, PG&E weather, wind, PG&E birds. I'm not seeing the answer that is listed here. People, lightning, Trump, weather. Teacher Lori with the right answer. They're most often caused by squirrels. Absolutely right. Teacher Lori has it. Lensman has it. Peter Newton has it. Yes, squirrels. Unpaid bills. That's good. Yeah. Power outages in the United States are mostly caused by squirrels. That's crazy. What celebrity has had their dog cloned twice? What celebrity has had their dog cloned twice? I mean, give it up already. Get another dog from the shelter. Right? Come on. A weird one. I think this celebrity is a little weird. Paris Hilton is not the right answer, but Barbara Streisand is. Liz has it. Nice. Yeah, Barbara Streisand has had her dog cloned at least twice. William also has it. Nice. Babs, I'll take that from Walnut Creek. Streisand says Karen Cooper. Babs says Phineas. Yeah. People are weird. What was the very first state in the United States? What was our very first state? Yeah, she can afford it. But why would you want to? You know? There's something beautiful about life when you have the I know it hurts to lose a pet or a member of your family, as many of us think of our pets, but there's something beautiful about life that you had that experience with that creature, and it can't really be created. You're kind of like staving off the loss. There could be another animal out there for you and a whole nother experience. So I don't know. The answer to which was the very first United States in the United States is indeed Delaware. Yes, Jennifer has it. Uncle Jim has it. Okayest Mama has it. Peter has it. Walnut. Uncle Jim. Trevor. You guys got it. It's Delaware. Delaware from Lensman and Mo. Well done. Teacher Lori regarding the cloning says personality is not cloned, and clones often have genetic problems. She is a moron, says Teacher Lori. Yeah. I don't think it's smart. I get that you're so sad, depressed, bereft over the loss of a pet. I understand that, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It's part of life that we go through these things, and you can't fix that. It's never going to be the same animal, despite the fact that you're trying to clone it. Next question. Where is the Sea of Tranquility located? Where is the Sea of Tranquility located? Oh no, Deidre. No, YouTube crashed. Yes, John Watson knew. It's the moon. Sea of Tranquility is located on the moon. That was my trick question of the day. But you all knew it. John Watson knew it. Uncle Jim, Jennifer, Peter, Nullifidian, Tammy, S.J. Lola. You guys all had it. Sea of Tranquility on the Moon. William, Lori, Colors of the Wind, Phineas. Look at you guys go. Everyone knew this one. So much for my trick question of the day. Here's a question. Who invented scissors? Who invented scissors? Who invented... Even Gordon got it. Well done, Gordon. Who invented scissors? Edward Scissorhands? No. Edison? No. Singer is a good answer. Like Singer sewing machines? No. George Santos? Rev. Ben Franklin? No. Mr. Snippy? The Germans? The Fiskars? Okay. I'll give you the answer. I didn't expect this one to be challenging. This one, who invented scissors? Leonardo da Vinci. Look at that. Did someone say it and I didn't get it? If I missed it, if I missed a Da Vinci back there, I'm sorry. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci. Bob it. She took them to a new level, we'll say that. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci invented scissors. Here's another space-related question. What planets rain diamonds? There are 2 of them listed here. What planets literally rain diamonds? Not DiCaprio, no. Uranus is not the answer, although I appreciate that. The answer is Saturn and Jupiter. And Lensman had it. And I'll accept at least one. Tammy with Jupiter. And Saturn with SF Tesla. Yeah, they rain diamonds. Kind of cool. What does a Scoville unit measure? What does a Scoville unit measure? Scoville. Can we go catch some diamonds? Kind of want to. Food heat. Yes, it measures spiciness. John Slade has it. Uncle Jim has it. Trevor has it. I'll give it to S.J. Lola with hot pepper. Heat of chilies. Yes. Yes, for spicing it up, Trevor. Pepper heat. Yes. Pepper heat. It measures spiciness. Well done. Look at everybody going for it. What is an ice hockey puck made out of? What is an ice hockey puck made out of? Kind of hard, right? What do they make ice hockey pucks out of? I would have thought it was plastic too, but indeed, it's rubber. John has it, Phineas has it, Karen has it. I would have gone with you on that one, Nullifidian, but Trevor has it. It's rubber. Deidre and Mo. Vulcanized rubber, says S.J. Lola. Getting technical. Nice. Okay, a couple more questions. I know we're over time here. What U.S. state has the longest cave system in the world? What U.S. state has the longest cave system in the world? We got an Arkansas, we got a Texas, but the correct answer would be Kentucky. John Watson has gotten it, and Jennifer Lenfesti has gotten it as well. Did I say that right? Lenfesti? It is Kentucky. Peter also goes for it, and Lensman. Nice. It is Kentucky, the longest cave system in the world. What's the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust? What is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust? Uh-huh. Aluminum, as my dad says, aluminium. Aluminum is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust. Nullifidian has it. And does John have it? I don't know. My periodic table abbreviations. John Slade has it. Well done. Nice. Okay. Next question. What was Babe Ruth's first name? Babe Ruth's first name. What was Babe Ruth's first name? Yes, it was George. John Slade first to the punch with the George was his first name. A lot of people knew this one. John says George. Gordon says George. S.J. Lola has George. Biggie is not correct. George says okayest mama. George says Phineas. Yeah. JT says, every time you say the answer, I say, oh, yeah, why can't I remember on the spot? That's the beauty of trivia, right? All right. I have 2 questions left. Second to last. Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? Which U.S. state has the longest coastline? Biggie is a better name. Mm-hmm. Yes, Peter Newton, quick to the punch. It is Alaska. Alaska is correct. Alaska is the state with the longest coastline. So Peter has it, and Uncle Jim has it, and Jennifer has it. I would have thought California as well, Sandy and William and Gordon and Karen and Nancy. I would have thought that. Tammy said Florida. That, I think, would have been a contender, right? A lot of people said Florida, but it is Alaska. S.J. Lola got it right. Deidre got it right. Well done. Okay, the last question of this round of Thursday trivia. A flamboyance is a group of what animals? A flamboyance is a group of what? A flamboyance. Yeah, it's flamingos. You're quick today, John Watson. Flamingos is correct, sir. S.J. Lola knew it was flamingos. So did Trevor. Peacocks would have been good, but it is flamingos, says Sandy. Yes. I'll accept birds. JT says flamingos. Mama says flamingos. Teacher Lori says flamingo. William, Nullifidian. Well done. Phineas had it. Liz, Uncle Jim, and Nancy, and Rhonda. Way to go. And that, my friends, is Trivia Thursday after party style. I hope you enjoyed the questions today because I had fun coming up with them. And I will see you guys in just a few hours, 3 hours time, less than that. 5 p.m. here on YouTube, The Nikki Maduro Show. Cocktails, mocktails, politics. I get to have my one cocktail of the week. I'm drinking more with this show since she changed it than I ever have before. I hope you'll join us. We have a lot of fun. That is 5 p.m. here on YouTube, The Nikki Maduro Show. So please, 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 please come on back. Luis, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you from James Slayton with $5 as well. Huge, huge appreciation. Thank you for that contribution via PayPal. $5 from James Slayton, 25 yesterday from Beth and Wes. You guys are awesome. So thank you. And thank you, Luis, for the super chat and super sticker. All right, my friends, I will see you tonight at 5 o'clock. Please go out there, do the fun things, make it a good 2 hours and 45 minutes until we meet again. And I'll see you back here on YouTube. All right. Bye. Bye for now.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Yay, Gordon. Woohoo! I'm guessing pardons. I'm guessing Trump candidates. I'm guessing Trump perfume.